Hello everybody, I will be using this glass jar from Dollar Tree and I will apply ample amount of Mod Podge. Then I will crumple this tissue paper and glue it there. I see to it that I cover the whole jar. And after putting the tissue paper, I will apply ample amount of Mod Podge again and dry it. So it becomes transparent. It means to say it's already dry. And once it is dry, I will set it aside. Then I have this mold. I got this online. I will be using Sculpey Air Dry Clay. I will press it down to get rid of air bubbles because that will be the reason why it's going to break once it's dry. I will be putting in the comment section where I got this mold from, so you can click on it and if you are interested to get this also. Then I will take it from the mold, and showing you is Gorilla Clear glue. This is what I'm going to use. I just applied it very thinly, and then I will apply glue on the glass jar because it takes time for this to dry. So it has to stick it onto the jar. So now that it's done, I have this Burnt Umber by Apple Barrel. I will start now to dab this paint onto there. I'm using a foam brush for the body of the jar, and for the neck, for this part here, with the clay, I use the fan brush. So once this is already dry, you can see that I am pressing it down also so that it will stick onto the jar. So there will be no space between the clay and the jar. So it will totally be closed. And after this, I will use this Waverly plaster and apply it onto there. Just apply one coat, using again a foam brush. I love texture when I apply foam brush, and you can see there's a part that it's really a little clear. You can see the Burnt Umber by Apple Barrel, but this part here where I'm drying it, you can see that it is really very white. I make it a little thick, the paint, because that is where I'm going to glue or decoupage this napkin. And to remove the ply, I will use a piece of tape. It's easier that way to remove it. Then I will be using a water pen to remove the excess napkin. That will be easier for me to tear it. So now that it's done, I will apply just very thinly of this Mod Podge. I see to it that it is applied very thinly and evenly so that there will be no wrinkles. I'm using a fan brush to do that. So it doesn't have to be fan brush. This is optional. If you don't have fan brush, you can use any brush of your choice. Just apply very thinly and evenly. Then I will now just brush this just like that with a fan brush again and dry it. Once dry, I will have this parchment paper to remove the wrinkles, to seal the napkin. I will apply Mod Podge again. So you see, it really is very pretty now. The jar is so pretty. I love how it turned out. After drying this, I will use this burlap cloth just 2 inches by 3 inches. Then I will remove some threads. Just like that. Then I will glue it on that spot there using a Mod Podge. Then the other piece, I will also glue it on the jar, but it's on the left, the top left. Again, I remove some of the threads. I really love to have texture on this glass jar, so that's the reason why I'm doing this. But this is optional if you don't want to use the burlap cloth. It's all up to you. If you have anything to put there, then you are free to do that if you're going to make this kind of flower vase. So what I'm trying to do here is to make a flower vase. Then I will dry it. And once this is dry, I have this piece. Actually, this is not a button. I got this from Hobby Lobby. Then I will start to paint this with the Waverly plaster. I will mix it first with spackle. I love to have a chalky finish on this craft and a texture, so that's why I'm using this spackle with the Waverly plaster. I'll be using this coral foam. I got this from Dollar Tree. Then I will start to dab it onto the jar. The texture, everybody, is just awesome. I just love it. Very nice. So it even doesn't look like a jar from Dollar Tree. It really came out very expensive looking. So the paint is optional, whatever paint you want to use on this to mix with the spackle. You can see the texture that is created by the burlap cloth. And then once dry, I will use this Jolie Finishing Wax Black Top Coat. I really like distressed look, so I want to dirty this up. If you don't like distressed look, skip this process. Don't use this ink. I got this from Amazon. So now I'm starting to apply it very lightly using an eyeshadow brush. So you can see the design of the mold, which has little flowers. And the message of this napkin is really awesome. It's also about flowers. So if you like this craft, everybody, please go to my main page. Please click the like. Please don't forget to comment. And please don't forget to give me a follow. So you can see that very nice message, everybody. It's very meaningful. It says, "May the flowers remind why the rain was so necessary." So that's the reason why I use the mold with the flower designs. And I just put that aside, beside actually with another craft of mine. So you see how pretty it is. I love the jar, everybody. I hope you're gonna make your own, and I hope that you love watching this video. Thank you all so much. Until next time, friends.